Oh, Mr. Miller, come on in.
Kelly, good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Please have a seat.
Thank you. Thank you again for meeting with me. I know you're busy.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
It's been good, other than that dog's loss on Saturday.
Yeah,
Still trying to get over that.
Game.
Yeah.
Terrible game.
It was. Hopefully we practice hard this week and come back well against Florida.
Right. And hopefully everyone traveled safely to and from Houston during Hurricane Michael.
You're right.
So after our conversation at the symposium this past July, I was really intrigued to learn more about what you had told me about your company and the current CRM system that you have in place. Before we kind of get into it, is there anyone else meeting with us today?
Oh, no, you'll just be speaking with me today.
Okay. So just to give you a rundown of what I want to talk to you about, like I said, I want to learn more about your company and the CRM system that you have in place. You had mentioned at the symposium that you had a couple issues here and there that you're experiencing. Then I kind of want to go through what Salesforce is and how I think it could ultimately benefit your company in the long run and kind of help with those issues, and hopefully you don't experience issues such as those in the future.
Well, yeah, definitely. We're a growing company, and the current CRM software we have just isn't cutting it.
Right.
And so I'm interested to hear what you have for me today.
Okay. So throughout the meeting, do you mind if I take notes?
Feel free.
So going off of that, that information that you told me that it's currently outgrowing the current CRM system you have in place, do you expect APC to expand even further into markets? Because I know right now you're all over the globe, over in Europe, you're in just Middle East, all over. So do you expect it to grow even further from here?
Oh, definitely. I mean, currently we're based out of Houston, of course, and we have sales and manufacturing locations across the U.S. and across the globe. And we definitely want to enter new markets in the U.S. and globally. Our goal is about 10 more markets within the next 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
So we're expecting pretty big growth.
Mm-hmm. So you're definitely going to be needing a new CRM system to kind of keep up with that.
Yeah, the one we have now is just not cutting it with the amount of growth we're experiencing.
Okay. So how long have you had this current system in place?
We've had it about 5 years, I'd say.
Okay, so that's a lot longer than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been dealing with a bunch of issues for
Oh
a
yeah,
while.
yeah. We've been dealing with. I mean, it's been all of my employees are complaining about it nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think we need to do something about this issue for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so after we spoke at the symposium, I reached out to one of your IT managers, Steve, and he kind of gave me like a brief rundown of the current CRM system. And I understand that you are, the system kind of brings in information from a bunch of different sources to kind of tie in the different platforms, from your sales to your commerce to your kind of communication with clients, but it's all in separate locations.
Mm-hmm.
Has that been difficult to kind of like tie in that information, or has it caused issues with processing deliveries or tracking shipments or anything?
Oh yeah, I mean it's just been none of our CRM current CRM software just doesn't really. I mean we have information coming in from all different places, and none of it really gets integrated, and like it takes about 5 days for when someone puts something in at one location. It takes about 5 days for it to show up in the system elsewhere. So that delay really creates problems with communication, our sales, our delivery, all that.
Okay, so you think that a system that kind of ties in and integrates all of those different aspects of a CRM system in one location would be a benefit to?
Oh, I definitely think that would make it more efficient and would improve, communication between employees. I definitely think that would make everyone's life easier for sure.
So I kind of want to. Do you mind if I show you a quick model that?
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
So. Just to give you kind of a rundown of our basic model, so it seems like all of your most important issues that we need to focus on kind of comes from that aspect of all of your information coming from different sources. And Salesforce kind of tackles that head on. So we've been awarded multiple years in a row now, like one of the best multi-channel sales unification and CRM for, like I said, 5 years in a row now. But we're also acknowledged as one of the best mobile apps for business, which is, I think, different than some of our competitors. They don't offer that.
I know being able to look at our mobile phones and have all that on a phone would definitely be a
Right.
big help. For sure.
So kind of looking at this right here, I'm going to kind of take you through the different steps that our CRM would help out with your day-to-day operations.
Mhm.
So step one here is kind of gives your employees and partners access to training materials and kind of a portal to learn more about your product or how to use our system in general to create a better connection with your customers.
Okay.
So step two here is really based on growing your revenue. So it's an intelligent sales automation that pinpoints the best leads and your potential customers that you reach out to. When I was talking to Steve, he had mentioned some issues with the current ways you're reaching out to potential clients, and like it's not really working out in the
Yeah.
best interests of your company.
Well, our current CRM system, I mean, we don't really have, I mean, we have our clients in there, but we can't really use that information to our benefit when it comes to sales and
Right.
marketing and whatnot. So.
Right. He mentioned that a major problem is you're doing a lot of cold calling,
Yeah.
and like not even that. The only ways you're kind of gaining new clients is by meeting them in conferences or going to like construction conventions.
Yeah, it's,
And
it definitely takes a lot of time out of our employees' day to do that and
Mhm.
cold calling, and we don't have a great success rate on cold calling, so if
Right.
we can improve that, that would be awesome.
Okay. So what percentage would you say you kind of gain as like a
Through cold
like,
calling?
through cold calling, through conventions? What percentage do you actually gain as a stone cold customer based on how many people your employees connect with?
I mean, we're talking to tons of people. I'd say probably only about 5 to 10%.
Mm.
We're actually getting their business, which I'd like that to be higher for sure.
Mm-hmm. So would you say you want to get in more of the 30 to 40 range, or?
That would be ideal,
Okay.
definitely.
Mhm. So we've seen kind of an average of 30 to 40%
Oh,
of gaining that customer's like commitment rather than doing cold calls.
Oh, that'd be a huge improvement, definitely.
Okay. Right, and kind of going off of what, again, what Steve and I had talked about. Sorry, let me get
Yeah, you're good.
So how is the connection between your customers and your employees here at APC? Have there been any difficulties with like connecting with them if they have issues, or if there's a problem with a shipment or anything?
Yeah, so when our customers reach out with a problem to our employees, I mean, it's hard for us to go back in our system and track where the source of that problem is, and then we have so many customers and so many employees, it's hard to get everyone on the same page because our databases or our software isn't integrated. So, you know, we may have to, us in Houston may have to reach out to someone, you know, globally who has a different software there, and it's just become a huge mess, and it's really like hindered our communication with them.
Right.
And some customers have expressed frustration with that, and our
Okay.
employees get frustrated with the lack of communication as well. So.
Okay. So going off of that frustration, is it based on not being able to communicate with them, or is it more on you get the communication, but your employees aren't able to understand the cause of the problems, or they're not understanding how to actually resolve them?
Oh, I'd say it's both. We have very motivated employees who want to help our customers, but our current CRM software just doesn't give them the ability to really, when they go back and look, it like doesn't have everything they need to know, and then they have to ask the client again, and then the client gets
Right.
frustrated because we should know this. And
And also, like, training costs are relatively high right now. And
yeah, and that's led to really high turnover, which
Right.
increases our
So you
training
are
costs.
experiencing high employee turnover.
We are experiencing high
Okay.
turnover due to these
All of these frustrations.
frustrations and
And the information not being tied all
Well,
together. And-
our employees are having to spend a lot of time dealing with the CRM software instead of dealing with the clients, which
Okay.
is what we would like to focus on.
Okay. So going off of that, I kind of wanted to show you back on our website, kind of our channel management solution, which is what we call it. And it's built on our Lightning platform, very fast, very easy to use. And it's kind of a direct connection from your client to your employees or your service team. So just going through the steps of that. Step one, your service team can receive alerts via phone or via the actual system that you set up in your company's locations. Then that alert kind of says, hey, this is the issue, where the issue is, and kind of, it already gives them kind of an outline of how the issue can be resolved.
Yep.
And then the next step here would be that Salesforce then assigns the case to a certain service agent, who then finds the right technician for the job based on the experience, the location, and the availability.
Oh, awesome.
And then step three then goes into, once technicians are notified, they are given directions to the job site, and that's not that burden's not put on your actual service
Employees having to
employees.
figure all that out.
Right.
That would be really
Right.
awesome. Yeah.
And just going back to our broader model, that one of the first couple steps, your employees are gonna have a more like integrated kind of training to know already the agent to reach out to. Sometimes, like, you don't even necessarily have to use the system for that. They'll have a much broader training and to pinpoint certain issues.
Awesome.
And then going into step four, we kind of access past maintenance history with your different customers. So then we can kind of provide them with warranty information and just to kind of lessen the impact of further issues.
Definitely.
And this kind of all ties to being more efficient in the field service. So once issues are resolved and customers are happy, you're not going to get that. You're going to have a better reputation.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely going to help with your customers.
Awesome. Yeah.
So have you experienced any other problems with your current system, or?
Really just the high turnover, the lack of communication with our clients, just our employees having to deal with all that. It's really, I mean, it's just really expensive to, keep up these 4 different softwares, and they're all not even integrated. And
Right.
with this growth, I mean, we have to do something. So.
Right, and with Salesforce, it is going to be a little more expensive than your current system, because I'm sure you're just using basic, some Microsoft, so it's going to be a little more expensive in the short run, but definitely in the long run, you're going to cut back on all of those training costs and the time wasted having to resolve issues and all of that. So,
I agree for sure.
Okay, so basically what I've heard today, you're definitely needing a new system because you're outgrowing it substantially. I read that you're looking to increase your revenue from 2017 to 2018 by I think.
30
Yeah.
million, yep.
Okay, so, and definitely, what you've heard from Salesforce, do you think that it could kind of benefit your company and help resolve some of the issues you shared with me?
Yeah, for sure. I'm very impressed with what you showed me today. I definitely think Salesforce would be a great option for our company. I'm interested to learn more. I'd love to do like a test demo with some employees
Okay,
if that's an
we offer
option.
that. Mhm.
Okay.
And we have demo, so what's good about Salesforce is that our system is fully customizable and like personable to individual companies. So if I obtain your commitment here, then the next step would be kind of integrating it into your company and setting up a meeting and setting up demos. And so it kind of gives a more smooth transition
Mhm.
from your current system to a new system if everything is kind of customized by your company.
Awesome. Yeah, I will get my assistant to reach out to you, and I'd love to schedule an appointment to kind of talk about what we would like in our system for sure.
Okay, and then you can think about if there's any other, if you want to get Steve back on with me, or if you want a team with you, we can kind of set that up as we
Awesome.
move forward.
Yep.
Does that sound okay?
Sounds great.
Okay, well, I appreciate everything. That's all I have for you. Do you have any questions?
I'm good. I appreciate your time, and I'm very interested to see the demo.
I am too.
All
I
right.
am too. All right, Kelly. Well, thank you again for meeting with me.
Yeah, no problem.
You have a
Enjoyed
good
it.
one.
You too. Drive safe.
Thank you.